My name is Barbara Hancock, and in December 2011 I went to the consultation events about the new vision for Townhill Park, and it was inspiring stuff, and the residents there gave it their almost unanimous support. It said, "Our vision is that by 2021 residents of Townhill Park will be proud to live in a successful suburban family neighbourhood."
The master plan also stated that the same number of affordable homes would be rebuilt as would be demolished. The extra homes built would be offered for sale, and that over the 10 years to 2021, this would mean 428 homes would be demolished and 675 new ones built.
A lot was promised, and we were all very excited, very hopeful that, there'd be an infusion of new blood, and that it would regenerate the energy in the estate. What has happened since in 10 years is not an awful lot, to be honest. There's been a lot of demolition. There's been a lot of residences emptied, and I think there's been about 50 residences built. It's actually decimated the estate.
In March 2015, frustrated with the lack of updates, community group SO18 Big Local set up the Townhill Park Estate Regeneration Forum. This was convened with the intention of improving communications between Southampton City Council officers and councillors, local community organisations, including residents groups and schools. The forum's remit is to act as a critical friend to the council, both supporting SCC and providing challenge where needed.
SO18 Big Local facilitate this forum. We set the agenda and stakeholders attend at our invitation. As chair of both SO18 Big Local and of the forum, I'm extremely proud of our achievements. My lived experience of what this long drawn-out process has had on me is duplicated in other neighbourhood families. It was a traumatic experience in 2017 to realise that Southampton City Council, with little consultation, had changed the decommissioning timetable. My family went from moving within months to years. It was after this event that SO18 Big Local forced a timetable review, which gave the community the opportunity to express their opinions.
SO18 Big Local also made welcome packs for the residents of the 56 properties that had been built, surveyed those new residents to gather the lessons learned, and instigated the setting up of a design forum to ensure those lessons learned were not repeated in future.
The Regeneration Forum has always been told that the plans had to follow the money. And with each change, then there had to be a rethink. Consultants had to be brought in, and each set of consultants had to start from scratch and get to know the local area and what was to go on. So that has built in delays at each stage. And then following the money has meant that some infrastructure work was possible. And of course that's to be welcome, because it's meant that Townhill Park is getting a new park. But baffled residents say, but where are the new homes?
Without doubt, what has affected me profoundly is having my right to buy withdrawn in 2013. This has meant that I have not been able to buy my home, and consequently my daughter will not have a property to inherit when I go. I have a deep sense of sorrow about that. Consequently, we are living in a home that we have lost interest in. Why invest time and money and energy in a home when you're told that it is designated for demolition?
Countless pieces of research extol the virtues of spending time in the outdoors, that green spaces and experiencing nature are hugely beneficial to our mental health. As part of the estate regeneration in Townhill Park, improvements were promised to Frogs Copse, a site of importance for nature conservation. Yet we're still waiting for most of those improvements to be delivered. What message is this sending to the residents of Townhill Park when the green spaces that should be their salvation during such upheaval and disruption are clearly also not seen as a priority?
I live across the road from a building site. The buildings were knocked down back in 2016, I think it is. So for us, obviously we had the disruption of the buildings being knocked down and sort of that impact. And then obviously it's all been boarded up since then, and there's not really been any activity happening across the road. So for us, I guess it's the uncertainty really. That's the main thing for me, thinking about what's going to happen.
The school was a very popular and full three-form entry infant school, and since the decanting of many properties on the estate, the school has had to go to a two-form entry school from September this year. This required us to do a restructure, which meant people lost their jobs. And that is only for the pure reason that there is not enough people living on the estate to keep the school going. I know that the council do not believe this is to be true, but if you don't have the people living in your catchment area, because they are either the houses have gone or they are being decanted, you cannot possibly have enough children in your catchment area to fill your school.
It's nice that they've done the green area, the green space down the road, you know, giving children a nice, safe place to play and enjoy. That's something that's been missing, because normally whenever you see a green space, there's a big sign saying no ball games. So it's quite nice for, you know, families in the area to have that nice communal area.
Once the regeneration is done, it will be a fantastic thing for Townhill Park, but as yet nobody can give us a proper timeline, nobody can tell us what's going to happen, and we just keep getting no answers to our questions, and that is incredibly frustrating and not okay.
What was given to us as an exciting new development has come to a dead stop.
Why does it take so long to build social housing, and why is there a lack of pride and urgency from decision makers to build homes that people will love to live in?
I still do not understand this continuing decanting of people from the estate, when I know that they are struggling to find them homes elsewhere, yet they still continue to decant with actually having built nothing apart from one block.
By our estimation, over 250 homes have been emptied to date in Townhill Park, and only 56 of the promised 675 have been completed. A pitiful result after a decade of uncertainty.
The estate actually has got half the life that it had before. We were so hopeful, so excited.
Remember that this is a human story. Residents here are tired of living in a community that has been broken up, tired of living next to hoardings, and always having that underlying anxiety of not knowing when things might change. I wish decision makers would have the courage to realise that housing should be above politics.
I just find the lack of actual morality from the council, the lack of empathy for the school and the community to be, I can't think of another word than shocking.
I haven't really had any input. I don't feel I've had the opportunity to have any input. I feel like decisions are being made without properly consulting people.
I wish I was more upbeat. I really do, because, you know, we were so excited. But it's been a letdown, to be honest. It's not what we expected. 10 years down the line, we really don't know what's been accomplished.
They are making decisions about our lives, our schools, our community, and we deserve to be seen as more than a target of units that needs to be met. It's been 10 years, and really, what has been achieved and at what cost?